morning and welcome to my humble abode today, where it is a little quieter. Family have gone home and yeah, it's back to just the two of us here. So I hope you enjoy your time with me today and thank you for joining me. We're going to be talking about the Petal palette suite from the Occasions catalogue, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first, have you caught up with my series of videos that I'm running at the moment? I've done a week of Brusho, a week on True Gentleman. What did I do last week? Anyway, it'll come to me. This week I'm doing Petal palette, and I've got boxes and I'll have some cards to share, all using either the designer series paper or the stamp set or the bundle or the whole lot. So today's post is a hexagonal box. So I hope you can watch the video, and while you're watching, consider giving it a thumbs up. I love people giving me thumbs up. Yeah, leave a comment if you like. So yeah, I'm having lots of fun doing the videos, but next week I'm doing Sweet Soiree Suite, which is gorgeous, gorgeous suite that you don't have to use just for weddings. So I hope you are able to stop by and watch my videos. So one every day for 5 days. Now, may not necessarily be Monday to Friday, because sometimes I have blog hops or something. Usually on a Wednesday I have 2 posts, one at 7 AM and then one at 5 PM, which is the Freshly Brewed. And this week we're looking at the Occasions Catalogue Hostess set. So I hope you can join us for that as well. And I'm going to give you a few tips today as we go, show you a few products. And oh yes, I've got a giveaway today. I've got these gorgeous little bows that are paperclip, and talk a bit too about Celebration. Now, I don't know about you, but I love free, and in the Celebration brochure we have some beautiful free products which coordinate, of course, with all our other products. So you get free and you can use it with anything you've got, really. So for every $90 order, you can choose one of these items for free. Oh, that's what I did. I did a week on Celebration stamps. So I can't remember whether I did Heartfelt Blooms. I don't think so. I did Beautiful Peacock. Lots of lavender. I did a Memories and More one, and I did a 12 by 12 pocket page of my granddaughter, whose name is Paige. Gorgeous, gorgeous photos. She's really got a pose down well. And I did Epic Celebrations and Party Panda with a really cute card where they're popping out of little circles. And I'll show you how to do that. And Amazing You, that was last week's Freshly Brewed blog hop. So I've done quite a few, and watch out for more. All right, so that's Celebration. So for every $90 you spend, and it can be from Occasions Catalogue, Annual Catalogue, Clearance Rack, any combination of all of those, so long as it comes to $90. You can choose a free Celebration product, and I'd love for you to shop with me. All right, so we're doing this gorgeous suite today. So you've got lots of samples here. The paper is just beautiful, and it's hand painted watercolor designs in shades of black and white. And you can do all sorts of things with it. In one of my videos this week, I show you how I sponge brayer it. You could also colour it with Stampin Blends. Let's see if I've got a piece we can try that on. We might have a go at that piece, I think. We'll have a go at that piece. All right, so lots of possibilities with this paper. just gorgeous. And you don't have to use it with black and white. You can use it with any colour. Today I've teamed it up with Pool Party and Lemon Lime Twist for the projects. So it comes with a stamp set in clear or wood mount. Now in Australia, the stamp set is in clear mount is $61. Then if you decide to buy the petals and more thinlet dies, they're $59, so that totals $120. However, if you buy them as a bundle, so the stamp set and the thinlet dies together, it's only $108, so you're saving $12. Plus, you're getting a free celebration item, plus I'll send you a card and a little thank you gift, but don't choose no contact when you do your order. Choose me as your demonstrator and I'll send you a thank you card and a little thank you gift. How good's that? So you get, not only with the bundle, you get a free item that you choose from the celebration brochure, plus I send you a card and a little thank you gift. All right, so that's what it looks like in the catalogue. Now, in real life, I've shown you what the paper looks like. We have the Petal Pear Textured Impressions embossing folder, both beautiful. This one sort of marries with the thinlet dies. I'll show you. Here are the thinlet dies, and we're going to use a couple of these today, so I may as well leave that out. So, see this one here in the thinlet die? This embossing folder is similar to that. And then you've got a lovely one that's, I don't know if you can see that, all flowers and things. I did a card, I think, last week using this, where it goes across the card instead of your normal vertical. So that's part of the suite as well. Then we have these gorgeous, look at these, some with little pearls in them, some are leaves. Now, yeah, these are silver, right? Change colour. You can change them to any colour you like that's in the Stampin' Up suite. Push it down into some Versamark, sprinkle it with embossing powder, or stamp it onto an ink pad and then quickly put clear embossing powder on it and it'll come out any colour you like. So you don't have to have just silver, but they're beautiful. We've also got ribbon, which I failed to get out today. It's the, remember the wide organza ribbon that we had? Well, we've got it now in 1/4 inch. The wide one was retired, which is really nice. We've got the stamp set and a whole lot of other things. So anyway, we're going to get started on what we're doing today because I don't want to keep you here too long. All right, when you're using Stampin' Blends, you need to have something underneath, all right? Now, Stampin' Up recommend the thick Whisper White cardstock. However, I've used it on normal Whisper White. I've used it on shimmery white. Haven't tried it on glossy yet, but I'm sure I'll get there. All right, so I've got, what have I got here? Calypso Coral, light Calypso Coral, and dark Calypso Coral, and maybe some, oh, I might go with Pool Party. We're using that today, and we'll just have a little play here. So with my Stampin' Blends, now if I'm doing a large image, I would use the brush end, but I'm just going to do a small image here. And I will show you the underside of this when we finish. Now, because this isn't thick Whisper White, you need to just touch the paper and come in, and I do like a circular motion, and don't go right to the edge because it's an alcohol marker. It will bleed out of the edge of the flower, and you don't have to colour all of your flower in, because in nature you have lights and darks, and so we'll do that in Calypso Coral. And then I'm going to come in with the dark Calypso Coral. Now, these petals over here, I'm pretending the sun's coming this way. These petals over here would be a little bit darker, and of course they're darker in the middle. So we're going to come in and add a little bit of, and I'm only just touching the paper. All right, and then back in with the light. This is just how I do it. And I tend to colour in a circular motion. Now, people who know me know I failed colouring in at school. 40 years of teaching didn't improve it. But can I tell you how easy these Stampin Blends are to work with to make something look really nice. Now, that will lighten up a little bit as it dries, but I'm going to come in now with the colour lifter, and what I do is I actually move some of the colour towards the edges, and I just blur off the space that I've left with the colour blender, colour lifter. Sorry, got blending on my brain today. All right, so that's that one. Now a trick with Smoky Slate. When they've done this, they've already come in and given us some shadows. But we can come in and give a few more with the Smoky Slate. I'm just dotting. These Stampin Blends make colouring in so easy. Now you could also use our watercolour pencils. Try them with a blender pen or an aqua brush, aqua painter. And you could use the inks that we have and just colour with an aqua painter very carefully. Don't want that. I want the colour lifter. The paper won't take too well, too kindly. So I'm just coming in now and blurring that around a bit. Paper won't take too kindly to too much water. So just be careful when you're doing the water colour. All right, so that's that one flower. Look how it comes through. But if you're sticking that on a project, it doesn't really matter. All right, so we'll get on with today's card. And so I've got some thick Whisper White here. I've got some Pool Party, some basic black, and some images. Now the first thing we're going to do is colour in our bird. Now before I do that, just going to leave that over there. It's going to be a landscape card. So I'm going to come in with the bird again from the stamp set. And all right, so his feet are down there like that. So I'm just going to stamp that down. Now, all right, stamp down, and we're going to stamp on the envelope. All right, usually when I stamp I get ink all over me. Yesterday I had so much ink. I was putting ink everywhere. All right, I'm going to come in with my Pool Party, and we're just going to colour this bird ×3. We're not going to do a lot of colouring on the envelope because it's not meant to take Stampin Blends. We're just going to add a little bit of colour just to give it some interest. And I'm just feathering that out. And then I'm going to come in with my colour lifter and sort of blur those lines around. Alright, so that's the envelope done. How easy was that? Just a little bit of colour on it. Then we'll do the inside of the card. Now I can afford to put a little bit more colour on this one because even though it's not thick whisper white, I am adhering this to the inside of the card, so it will take a little bit more colour and a little bit more with the colour lifter. So I've just sort of brought his tummy down a little bit more, and then I'm going to come in with the darker of the pool parties and just do here under his wing. Could probably use some Night of Navy too on this one, but we're not today. I just wanted to make it quick and easy. And love these Stampin Blends. Come in with the colour lifter and just blur those lines. Alright, and then I'm going to use some basic grey, and I'm just going to use the brush end and give him some ground. Alright, so I'm just doing that on the inside of the card. So it hasn't gone through much because I only used a really, really light touch. Alright, so I'm just going to adhere that to the inside of the card with some multi-purpose liquid glue. Love my liquid glue. Don't know what to do without it. I much prefer this to other adhesives. It is archival, safe and lignin free. It's also calorie free, guilt free, whatever free you like, gluten free. So just pop that in there. So that's the inside of our card and the outside of the envelope done. I've got a piece of basic black here that I've cut down by a centimetre, so it's 13.8 by 9.5 centimetres. And then I have a piece of Pool Party which is 13.3 centimetres by 9 centimetres. Alright, so 13.3 by 9. Now I put this through the layered leaves. I'll put some black behind that so you can maybe see it. The layered leaves dynamic textured impressions embossing folder. It's a real mouthful. So that means that when you put it through your Big Shot, you have your Big Shot platform, you have this with your card in it, and then you have one plate. That's it. That's your sandwich. However, I will tell you that you get a much better impression if you just lightly mist the card you're putting into the textured impressions folder. Don't ask me why, you just do. It makes the card a little bit more pliable, I suppose, so it takes to the texture better. So that's that folder, and I've used that today. So we'll go ahead and put those two bits together. Now, I am going to put that up on foam adhesive. Those of you who watch my videos regularly or look at my blog regularly, you'll know that I love my foam adhesive too for adding depth and texture. Alright, so with the foam adhesive, do you ever have one of those days, sorry, where 1 cup's just not enough? Mind you, if I didn't go to bed at stupid o'clock, I might feel a little more perky in the morning. I think it was 2:30 I went to bed this morning. I don't usually go that late, usually 1:30. Alright, so what I do with this is I come in and I go to the end. Now, I've already taken the ends off mine, so don't panic. Alright, I go to almost the end, like that, and I cut it. And then I fold it in half, and I cut it again. Then these two halves, which are the smaller two halves that I'm going to cut, or the smaller quarters I'm going to cut. They're not really quarters if they're smaller, are they? Alright, so they're going to go on the short ends, and then, oh, here he comes on his Harley. This is my neighbour who has a Harley, and it's so noisy, can I tell you? It's quiet today, but I said to my husband, I don't know why he doesn't have to get that muffler fixed, and he said, oh, it's all part of owning a Harley. They're noisy. And I said, right, okay, I just don't understand why you have to have such a noisy vehicle, but you know, here we go. Hey, look at this really cute bin I got. It's like one of those garbage bins, but it's pink, and I can put my rubbish in it, and like dimensionals and backings and stuff that flies away easily, and then just quickly empty it when I've finished. So that's one way I'm keeping my desk tidy. Apart from, I mean, I know I've got a lot on it now, but that's because we're creating a project. But normally my desk is tidy apart from the project I've got going. Alright, so just check this is the front. Normally I just sort of plop it down and keep my fingers crossed. Yeah, that might be the go. Alright, so that's part of the front done. Now, from the Thinlet dies, which I've put somewhere safe, they don't come on the magnetic sheet, all right? I do that myself for storage reasons. We're going to use this one. I've already die cut that using my magnetic platform and some of these branches, and I've die cut them in Whisper White. And what else? So I've already stamped the sentiment that I now can't pick up. Here we go. The sentiment, and I've die cut that with this frame from the Thinlet die set. And then I've got a bird that I've already die cut, stamped and die cut, and we're going to colour that in. So they're all the dies I've used from the Thinlets for this card. So again with some light Pool Party, because it's going to be blue like all the other ones that we've done today. And I'm just doing tiny little circles. And yes, this is thick Whisper White that I'm colouring on now, so you'll be able to see a bit of difference. And I'm just going to give him a bit of a fuller tummy with the Pool Party, and then come in with the dark Pool Party, and some dark along there, and then come back in with the light Pool Party. Now on your thick Whisper White, you could go over your colouring a few times, and that gives you more tones of the same colour, but you know, really you don't need to. You just blur those a bit. And I'm just colouring in circles, and you don't really have to touch very much at all. And I'm just going to come in with the grey, and I'm just going to put some dots excuse me, Mr. Bird, just around this area that I think is going to be darker. And I'm not really a bird watcher, so I'm not really au fait with bird colours, but we'll just make it up as we go along. Alright, back in with the colour lifter, and I think we're finished. Alright, so there's our bird. Now we need to put all this together. Oh, and we're going to use delicate white doilies. Now these are beautiful, not just on cards, they look lovely on scrapbook pages as well. So don't forget to use your products. Don't just buy them and keep them for a rainy day, because they'll just go to waste. Alright, I'm just going to fold that in half, maybe. Oh, I think this one's got a little bit of an extra bit on it. I'm just going to trim around there. Right, that's better. So I'm just going to fold this in half. You know, I'm not going to use it as a half. Alright, and then I'll just cut along that fold. It really just gives me a guide as to where to cut. Alright, this idea is sort of in my head, so I'm hoping my head's not too fuzzy today and it all works out. Alright, so what I'm thinking is do that like that, maybe. Alright, so what I do is I use my grid paper, line that up, make sure that's straight. I might have to move it that way a little bit. Okay, and then I get a bit of tear and tape. Love my Stampin' Up adhesives, just great. Projects won't fall apart and they're easy to use. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that there, and then I'm thinking that there, like that. So a bit of liquid glue. I'm just going to put that on the doily here, and you don't need a lot. So the doily's just going to go there. And I don't want to see the top of the doily, so excuse my head if it's in the way. Alright, so that can go there in front of our card so that we're not building this too much. What do you think? Alright, I think that'll work. And I need some dimensionals and some glue dots, because I found this cheat's way of doing things. So I put things down where I like them, and then I come in with my trusty glue dots. What I might do is just put that one down with a glue dot about there, and then that one can go about there. Put that in with my fingernail. There we go, that's looking alright. So a couple of dimensionals on the back of that, and that will keep our leaves down as well. So I just get a glue dot and put it on the things where I think I want them, and then I build the rest of the card. Another good thing to use is our silicone craft sheet, and pop you there. You can build things up on your silicone craft sheet, and so you can see here where the Stampin' Blends have gone through. Yeah, build things up on this silicone craft sheet and then put them on your card or your layout or whatever. So there we have our card today. I hope you like that. It seems to have turned out better than I thought. So there's the envelope, the card front, and the inside of the card all done. And we've used Stampin' Blends, the doilies, the Petal palette suite, and the layered leaves textured, dynamic textured impressions embossing folder. Yeah, and that's, apart from adhesives, that's about it. Pool Party, Basic Black and Whisper White. Alright, so that's it for today. If you've made a comment, I'll do a draw. And I've got Deborah here as well. Hi. And, oh, Deborah, I hope you've settled into your new place. Okay. Alright, so I'll do a draw with random.org and I'll put it up on my blog as to who the winner is today. And yeah, come and join me again next week where we'll do something on the sweet soiree suite. Don't know what, but you know, it's all exciting, isn't it? Every week, show up. Not sure what she's going to do, but she'll do something. Okay, so don't forget, shop with me. You can go to libbystamps.com, click on the shop button. For every $90 you spend at the moment, you can choose a free celebration product from the celebration brochure. Watch my videos, give me a thumbs up, and thanks for stopping by today. I really appreciate your time. All right, bye for now. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see it inside your mind. You'll find